Drop turn. I'll play Temple of Enlightenment. Enters tapped. When it enters, I scry 1. I'll keep that on top. And I'll pass turn.
Oh shit, I'm second. Draw. I'll play a swamp. I'll tap that for Phyrexian Reclamation, and I'll pass.
All right. Draw for turn. I'll put down an Island. And I pass.
All right. I will draw for turn. Whoa! Guess what? I'm playing a swamp, and I'll pass the turn.
I thought you were going to
Nice.
surprise us with the Soul Ring.
Draw.
I wish. I forgot to put it in this deck.
Play a forest. Tap both. Play 3 visits. Search my library for a forest card, put on the battlefield, and then shuffle.
Also, Willis, who's your commander?
Tidus. Yuna's Guardian. From the new Final Fantasy Commander. I'll find Radiant Grove since it's a forest plains. It enters tapped. And then I'm shuffling, and I'll pass turn.
Draw. Play a mountain for turn. Tap this one for a Pulse Tracker. And I will pass turn.
All right. Draw for turn. I'll play a Moonring Island, and I'll pass.
I'll draw. I'll swamp, and I'll pass.
This is the most Christian Magic I've seen in 3 turns.
Untap. Draw. Play a plains. Blue. A green. A white. I'll play my commander. And I'll pass turn.
Would you mind adding your commander?
Oh, did it restarted? My bad. I didn't know we reset. I apologize.
It took me a minute too.
Draw.
I just have it pulled up in the card side.
I will play a Rogue's Passage. I'll tap 2 for a Charcoal Diamond. Enters tapped. And pass turn.
All right. Do I want to make enemies? I will.
You want to see what this deck does?
Who said that?
That's what you want to do. I'll make it worth your while.
I mean, I can come back from this if you do play Maryland. I can be on everybody's good side again. But I'm going to play this, Harbinger of the Seas.
What is that?
All non-basic lands are islands. It's a 2/2
okay.
on that.
It's a good thing this is all basic lands.
I'll pass.
In addition to their other types, or no?
No, so it's like a Blood Moon, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a Blood Moon for blue. I'm going to play a swamp, and then I will pass.
All right.
It's just a lot of mana.
I'll untap. Draw. I'll play this Flooded Grove, which is an island. Here. Tap 2 for an enchantment. It's sphere grid. So whenever a creature I control deals combat damage to a player, I put a 1/1 counter on that creature. And creatures you control that have 1/1 counters on them have reach and trample. I'll move to combat. I'll swing my commander over at Booty Sweat.
It's just 3.
Yeah, just 3.
All right, I'll take it.
He does combat damage, so he'll get a 1/1 counter. And I will pass turn.
All right. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. So I will tap 4. And I will play Anya, Maid of Dishonor. ETB, I make a blood token. Ooh, those cards should not be there. And I will pass the turn.
All right. Draw for turn. Play an island, and I'll tap 4 to bring out my commander. Then I will pass.
I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to play a swamp. Then I will pass.
Okay. Untap. Draw. I'll tap these 3 draw islands to play Lulu Stern Guardian. So whenever an opponent attacks you, choose target creature attacking you and put a stun counter on that creature. She also has pay 3 and a blue, and you can proliferate.
And what's that card?
Lulu Stern Guardian. She's a creature with 2/3.
Lulu, Lulu.
Correct.
There it is.
Okay.
And then I'll tap 2 to play Summoner Sending, which is an enchantment. It says at the beginning of your end step, you may exile a target creature card from a graveyard. And if I do, create a 1/1 white spirit token with flying, and then put a 1/1 counter on it if the exile card's mana value is 4 or greater. But there's nothing in graveyards yet. I'll move to combat. At the beginning of combat on my turn, I can move a counter to another creature. I'm going to move this 1/1 from Titus over to Lulu. I'm going to attack with Titus, and I'm going to send him over to Martin.
Oh, no, me?
Yeah, because you don't have
3.
a blocker. And then whenever one or more creatures you control with counters on them Oh, with counters on them, I took the counter off, so we're good. Pass turn.
Oh,
Tap.
I want to live.
Upkeep. Draw. I will play a Cabal Pit for turn. I will tap 4. I will play Strefan. Anya will trigger ETB. I will make a blood token. I'm going to move to combat, and Paul Tracker will swing down over at Trickster.
Oh no.
Attack trigger whenever he attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. So you would
How
lose
much
2.
am I taking?
You would take 2, and everyone else would take 1.
Please let me live.
And then
I promise. It'll be great.
I will move to end step. I will Strafon will trigger, and I will create 4. Now pass turn.
I added my 1/1 counter to Titus because of Spear Grid, so I missed that. My apologies.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Gonna tap 2 for a Merit Lodge's Slumber.
I like it.
When this ETBs, I can scry 1, and whenever I put a snow permanent down, I can scry another 1. Upkeep. If I have 10 or more, sack this to make that 2020 Merit Lodge. Put down another 1. I'm not going to scry again because I want to keep what's on top. Then I will tap 3 for Merfolk Taumaturgist. I can tap it to switch the power and toughness of a target creature, or any creature. Yeah. And I'll just chill out and pass.
All right. Upkeep, draw. Swamp. Pass.
All right, untap. And draw. Play my land for turn. It enters tapped, even though it's an island. Tap 2 to play Dire Sage. It has Evolve, so whenever a creature you control enters, if that creature has a toughness or power grade in this creature, I can put a 1/1 on this creature. And I can also tap it and add drain mana for each 1/1 counter on this creature. Move to combat. At the beginning of combat, I'm allowed to move a counter. And I'm going to move it over. I'm going to move the Lulu counter over to Gyre Sage. Trickster, you don't have a blocker, and I don't need this guy to die. So I'm going to swing him over at you. He's a 4/4 on the ground.
Who?
Trickster.
Oh.
Why are you bullying him?
Because he doesn't have a blocker, and I don't want it to die.
But I only have lands.
I also can't kill your creature, but it'll just bounce.
Fair. Well, I need the combat damage trigger. So when the combat damage trigger happens, Fear Grid, he goes up a counter, and then also since I do get the cheer ability on this, since a creature I controlled with a counter on it did combat damage, I get to draw a card and proliferate. So I draw my card. So he gets a counter, and then this one goes up +2.
Just leave me alive
And then
enough.
pass turn. Fair enough.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I will play a mountain for turn.
Ooh, hi.
I will tap 3 to play you are useless. So I'll just tap those. I will play a Rakish Air. Whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. On your ETB, I will make another blood token. I'll move to. How many counters do you have over there, Willis?
He has a lot.
A lot. I got 3 counters on Titus, making it a 6/6, and 2 counters on the Gyre Sage, making it a 2. Or I'm sorry, a 3/4.
Oh damn. All right. We're gonna enter combat. Strefan will move into combat. Strefan will be swinging over at Booty Sweats. Attack trigger, I'm going to go down to 7 blood tokens, and I'm going to put a Necropolis Regent onto the battlefield, tapped and attacking with Indestructible. And that also is going to have flying, so that's 6 in the air over at you, Titus.
Is that 3 at me?
Yes, sir. 3 commander.
It's a 6/6.
Yes, Willis. Yours is a 6/6 in the air. Or a 6/5.
6/5. I'm taking 6.
I've got 3 triggers. Rakish Air and Necropolis Regent will trigger whenever Necropolis Regent says whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters. Rakish Air, whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So he'll go up to 13. He'll go up to 7. He will get 3 counters. Counters, and he will get that was 7. Get 4. And I will move to end step, and I will create 3 more blood tokens going up to 10, and I will pass turn.
So I missed an ability too. I'm going to put a stun counter on the guy that attacked me. I took the damage, but I'm going to put the stun counter on it. From Lulu.
How are you putting a stun counter on him?
From this creature. So whenever an opponent attacks you, choose a target creature attacking you and put a stun counter on it. So I took the damage, but I'll still put the stun counter on it.
So you'll put a stun counter on Necropolis Regent?
Correct.
That's fine.
Okay, I drew for turn. I'm going to put down a land. So it's 6. Okay. Oh, I scry 1 too on land. Yeah, I'll keep that. Okay. And then I'm going to tap 6 for a giant crab. No. For a Dreadlight Monstrosity.
Mr. Crab.
And then pass.
I will draw. I will play a swamp. Then I'll tap 3. And I'll play Marilyn. From now on, you get to search your library and pass.
Okay. Untap.
Tap upkeep and search, baby. And don't forget to take 3.
Draw. Take 3.
Hey,
Life.
you don't draw.
Yeah, you
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
draw.
you don't draw.
Don't draw.
Please.
You just search. It's just like it's a tutor. It costs 3 life.
Is it
Like what?
optional or you have to?
Players can't draw cards. At the beginning of each player's draw step, that player loses 3 life, searches his or her library for a card, puts it into his or her hand, then shuffles his or her library.
Do I have to reveal it?
No.
Perfect.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Man, this motherfucker's about to go get a board white.
Right. Shuffled. I'll take my 3 life. All right. I'm going to play Summon Balafor. As this creature enters with Lord counter, each opponent chooses a creature with the greatest mana value among creatures they control. Return those creatures to their owner's hands.
That's fine. That would be Acropolis Regent for me.
Well, I'm taking my commander back.
Okay. Then I will move to combat. I'm going to swing Titus and the Gyre Sage. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may move a counter from a creature target. I'm going to do that first. So at the beginning of combat, I'm going to remove this counter off summon. And I'm going to move it. It's just a lore counter, so it's not a 1/1. I'm just going to move it to Titus. So it doesn't do anything. It's not a +1/1. Then I'm going to attack with both of those guys. I'm going to send them over at... I'll send Titus over at Misguided, and I'll send the Gyre Sage over at Booty Sweat. So Booty Sweat has a 3/4, and Misguided, you got a 6/6.
6/6 at me, Commander.
Commander.
I'll take 6.
Is that 3/4 have Death Touch or anything?
It does not.
Okay, I'll block it my 0/17.
Okay. Did combat damage with Titus, so he's going to go up 1 because of the Sphere Grid. And then the cheer ability, whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage, which he did, the other guy didn't, he'll get a +1/1 counter. So he'll go up. And then I get to draw a card 2 from it. And I'll pass turn.
On your end step, I am going to tap, discard. I'm going to sack a blood token. I'm going to draw. And in response to that, I'm going to tap 2, pay 2 life, and I'm going to return Thief of Blood to my hand via Phyrexian Reclamation. I will untap, upkeep, draw. You know the bad part about your title thing over there, Booty Sweat?
What's up?
It turns off Bajuka Bog.
That's rough.
And there's one thing I love doing with vampires, it's Bajuka Bogging. However, I will play a mountain for turn. I will move to combat, and I will swing Strefan into battle along with Pulse Tracker. Pulse Tracker will be going down at Trickster. Strefan will be going over at Willis. Do you have any flyers over there, Willis?
No, but I could tap it down and put a stun counter on it with Lulu.
How much am I taking?
It'll be 2 here in a second. Because Pulse Tracker is attack trigger, each opponent will take 1. That's fine. Strafon, actually, I'll swing Strafon over at Booty Sweat, and then attack trigger for Strafon, I'll go down to 7, and I'll put Necropolis Regent onto the battlefield, tapping and attacking with Indestructible, and that'll go over at Willis.
Yep. How big is that one?
He's the 6/5 that I hit you with before. And I'm pretty sure a Transformer on my block just fucking blew, except I was lucky enough to not lose power.
How much is Stefan? Said 6?
Strafon is 6, yes.
Okay.
Or I'm sorry, 7. Trigger. Strafon will get 7 more counters, putting him up to 14 counters. Necropolis Regent will go up to 6 counters. Or I'm sorry, he will get 15 counters. Go up to 15 counters. Strafon or Necropolis Regent will go up to 7 counters. And Pulse Tracker will get 2 counters. He also dealt combat damage because of right. And then I will move to second main, and I will pass the turn. On end step, I will create 4, going up to 11.
Play a land for turn, and then I'll scry 1. I'll keep that, and then I will.
Hey guys, I will be right back.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, can't do that. I don't have enough mana actually. So I'll just cast this for 3. I'm gonna cast Meat Locker, one of the rooms here.
Mm-hmm.
And when I unlock it, I'm going to tap a creature and put 2 stun counters on it. I'm going to put it on Strafon. Whenever he gets back. And I suppose that's my turn. I'll just tell him when he gets back.
Alrighty. I will untap, draw. I will play a land.
No, but I put 2 stun counters on your commander.
Then I'll
How did we
tap
do that?
3.
I played Meat Locker. It's one of those enchantment rooms.
Okay.
I just swamped, commandered, and passed. Don't draw. Pick a card.
Okay.
Pick a card. Any card. Is this your card?
All right. I lose 3 life. I want tap. Play my land for turn. It'll enter tapped. And then I will play four for Yuna Grand Summoner. I also get a lore counter on the summon. So I took a lore counter off and put it on Titus. So I get the lore counter, and each opponent chooses a creature they control with the greatest mana value, and they return them to their hand. Did we just lose Misguided?
No, I'm still here. Give me 1 second. I'm getting a phone call. Sorry about that. Bad thing about having my So greatest mana value, sack that, or return to my hand.
Yep.
All right.
And then you guys bounce your creatures with the biggest value in your hand.
Mine was Necropolis region. I just did that.
Yep. We didn't lose those guys, did we?
No, shouldn't have. Booty Sweats is on mute, and Trickster.
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah. So your creature got bounced to your hand.
Ah! Come on!
And then Booty Sweat yours did too. Your greatest power or toughness.
I already did that. It's my commander.
Okay. I'll move to combat. I'm gonna swing.
You gotta let me do the thing.
I'm gonna swing Titus over at Trickster, and I'm gonna swing the summon, which is a 5/4 in the air, over at you, Misguided.
My flyer's tapped down, so 5.
Correct.
So wait, what bounced it back to my hand?
The summon. So
did that happen every?
So what happens is every time at the beginning of combat, what I keep doing is I can move a counter, 1 counter off a creature, and it doesn't say a 1/1. It says any counter. I've been taking the counter off of it. Yeah.
Stop doing that. I want to show this to you. You'll like it, and then you'll take it.
Yeah. Sorry. So So
I promise you want to see what this deck does. It's worth it.
So you guys took the damage.
Yep.
All right. Creatures you control. So he's going to get a 1/1, and then I'm also going to be able to proliferate him because he did combat damage.
You wanna proliferate my Strefan?
I do, and that's the other thing I was going to say. I'm going to put 2 more stun counters on it, or 1 more stun counter on it.
And you don't want to give me another 1/1 counter?
No, I just wanted the stun counter to go on it.
Well, see, I was gonna say if you give me another 1/1 counter, I won't attack you this turn. But if you're gonna put another stun counter on it,
I am gonna put a stun counter on it,
Just stop bouncing my commander. That's what I want to stop happening.
and then I'll pass turn.
on your end step, I'm gonna do two things. First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna throw a possibility, and I'll discard Pajuka Bog, and I'll draw 2. And in response, I will tap 1 to sack to go down to 10, discarding Thief of Blood to draw. And in response to the draw, I will tap 2, pay 2 life, and I will return the Thief of Blood to my hand. And I will untap. Upkeep. And I draw now because she's gone. All right. Is there an enchantment on the board that's allowing you to? So Lulu's putting the stun counters on me, right?
Lulu puts a stun counter, correct. Titus is what proliferates when he does combat damage.
Okay. And then Booty Sweats, you're over there with an enchantment that put 2 on me.
Yeah, but it's just its ETB effect.
Okay. What's the other room's effect?
It's not unlocked yet. I just draw 3 cards and discard a card.
Okay. Let's see. We are going to start off with a Path of Ancestry. It'll come tapped. 2, 4. We're gonna tap 6 for a Thief of Blood. He's a 1/1 flyer. As he ETBs, any number of +1/+1 counters on the board get taken off those creatures and put onto him. So how many +1/+1 counters do you have over there, Titus?
I have 9.
You have 9 in total.
9 in total.
All right, so 9.
On one creature, on all creatures. That's all
creatures.
right. Yep,
all
9
creatures
total.
on the board who have +1/+1 counters. So you have 9 in total.
Correct.
9 plus 2 is 11, plus my 15. Shit, math hard today. 11 plus 15. 26. Making sure. So he is a 26-26. Then I will. Oh, I got a blood counter off of ETB with him. And I will go to combat. I will swing Pulse Tracker for 1 over at Trickster. Pulse Tracker. Each opponent will lose 1 life. And I will move to end step and I'll create 3. I'll pass.
Alright. Untap. Keep draw. Play island for a turn. This goes up. Then I'm going to scry one. I don't need that. All right. Then I'm going to tap for 5. No. Tap for 4 to bring up my commander again. Wait. Are you just going to bounce it back again?
If he's the greatest power, he will unless somebody kills that thing.
Okay, then fuck it.
Well, you want me to anyway, because he's got a 26/26, so that's going to get bounced.
Is that 26/26 his highest mana value?
No, it's highest. It's not highest mana value, is it? It's
You
it
were
is.
saying
It's
high-
mana value. It is mana value. You're absolutely correct.
And is that creature?
Yes, it is. It is still my highest mana value.
Oh, okay. So then, fucking, I'm
But
not
does
worried.
he really? Do you really want that to go back to my hand and me just keep reoccurring it onto the field and taking your +1/+1 counters? Is the question.
What? Well, when it goes away, then what other +1/+1 counters is it going to take?
Because he'll just start rebuilding his +1/+1 counters on Titus, and I'm just going to keep taking them.
That is pretty funny. I really don't care though. I'm gonna draw 3 cards. All right, yeah, I can work with this. I'll tap a blue. I'm gonna put Witness Protection on Titus.
Okay.
What does Witness
So-
Protection do?
He's a 1/1.
It's an aura. He's a 1/1, loses all abilities. So I'll just put that there as a reminder. I can't do anything else with 2 mana, so I'll just pass.
Trickster, it's your go. Also, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I dropped my cards. Hold on. Make sure they're at least all face down. Alright. Put this back here. So there we go. Okay. Okay. All right. So I drew. I will pay my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I'll play 5. And I'm going to ad nauseum. So reveal top of the card of my library and put that card into my hand. Lose life equal to its converted mana cost. So
Wow.
Oh my god.
No way.
Is this where he wins? Are you about to win?
no. Let's see.
You got enough swamps, brother?
I don't think I do. There's one card I'm looking for. It's somewhere in here, I swear. We'll keep going.
At this point, you can just search for it. I don't care.
Oh, would you look at that? It's in my hand. Anyway, so these will go into my hand. Yeah. Put these into my hand here. So that's what? Not near, 80, 90 something, right? 80 something. I will pay 2 and cast Sickening Dreams. As an additional cost to cast Sickening Dreams, discard X cards. It's like 80 something. And it deals 80 something damage to each creature and each player.
Blue player, you got something for this?
So here's the deal: if you can sacrifice the creature that's making all my basic land or all my non-basic land cards islands, I can do something. But if you can't, then I can't do anything.
Nope, and I'm happy with this outcome.
I was gonna say the vampire player was probably gonna win next turn, so
Yeah.
yeah. Shit.
The win out of nowhere after we bullied him all game.
You didn't expect that one, did you?
I mean, I kinda did. I mean, I knew something was up if you're sitting there not playing shit. It's always the quiet kid that pops off.
That's always my favorite. I remember the first time I played this. I played it off so well. I'm like, man, just let me do something. They're like, fine, just keep going. And I managed to get the ad nauseum like the next draw after that.
Yup. No shit.
I have a couple other decks like that.
That was hilarious.
I have a waste deck, and it's 97 wastes. It's Cody Voracious Codex, Approach to the Second Sun, and Narset's Reversal.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So there's that. That's the harder one.